commemorative services that take place across the country, whether it be Battle of Britain, Battle of the Atlantic, Remembrance Day services, are so important. So important for our citizens to come out and pay their respects to the incredible sacrifices made by great Canadians, our veterans, our serving men and women in uniform, their families. These commemorative services are a tangible demonstration of that support, of that love and respect that Canadians feel for the sacrifices our veterans have made. It's so important that we see our citizens there in numbers, our school children, everyone should attend these services on these important occasions to show that support directly for the incredible contributions that these great men and women have made to our country. Their service today, as in the past, is something that we simply rely on for our peace, our democracy and freedoms. All that we enjoy today is directly attributable to those sacrifices.
A lot of that is still to be sorted out as to where that will happen. Will you have much help here with, will you be making all the parts yourself, or will you be sending them out to, farming them out to other people to help you with them, or how is that going to work?
See, the thing is, we haven't got funding for that, so it's basically I'm doing it myself.
Yeah, well, I wasn't meaning
right.
that you'd necessarily have to pay so much that you could farm it out maybe to other engineers or volunteers.
Yes, I will try and get a crew of volunteers together to come here and help me.
Yeah.
But right now, I have several people on the street that are down here bothering me all the time to come and help. But there's nothing for them to do at this point.
Yeah.
When I start building the jig,
yeah.
Then we can actually start doing things.
Yeah.
We can take the parts apart. I can get them, as I did with NA337. We had several ways of cleaning up the parts. We used Scotch-Brite. We used high phosphate detergents. We used glass beading, sandblasting, water jet. That sort of thing. Yeah, so we wouldn't destroy the material. And
yeah, that's always the problem. I know that some people can't, I think there's a Navy museum, or maybe it was the Smithsonian, they farmed out one of their projects. It was a Hellcat, I think. And to strip the paint off, they sandblasted it.
Oh, no, that doesn't work well.
No. Good way of sharpening the material to warp.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also a function of the air pressure that they're using.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because you can use soda blasting, which is, very, very gentle on it, and it won't dent it. But
it'll take off a layer of paint at a time.
Yeah.
So I know that other projects have done things of that nature, and just to take off one or two layers of paint so they can reveal what was underneath. But okay, so I can see that happening. Have you actually started to cut metal yet, other than anything else, or is it really right at the foundation of everything?
We're still at the foundation of everything. Okay. Like I said, I can take it all apart, have a look at it, photograph it, catalog it, make my decision on how it's going to be, restored, and then at that point, then there isn't really anything to do until we have the fixture made.
Sure.
And then we can start laying out the spars, restoring the end fittings for the intermediate wings, because I don't have any photos, but they're quite corroded, and the pins are still stuck in them. Somebody had beat them in like totally crooked. So once I get all that taken apart, and as I've said in one of my other videos, I'm going to try and restore them. So what I'm going to do is have them glass beaded. They are steel, and then I'm going to machine out the actual pinholes so I can make an interference fit sleeve.
Okay.
So that we can press that in and then remachine it to the proper diameter, ream it out, and then I have to make new pins, but they're just mild steel, and they're not.
And then you temper them after that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So
and like I said, until that point where we have the jig and we
Yeah.
have the end fittings,
Yeah.
then I can lay in the spar caps
Okay.
and do my exact measurements, and then lay down the trusses,
Mhm.
and then start to drill those. Then again, I have to make special drill guides,
Yes.
which are the same diameter as the holes that are full size, with a smaller hole, so I can center it exactly to make it fit. So
Yeah, that's always
Yeah.
tricky bit.
yeah, so my next purchase will probably be a lathe. I don't need a particularly large one,
Yeah.
say a 6-inch chuck,
Mhm.
and then I can manufacture the parts down here and keep going that way, and then finally start putting everything together.
Okay. So, how will you go about making the jig? Will you go from drawings, or will you go from?
Oh, I make my own drawings,
Oh, okay.
because the way I'm doing it is not the way it was manufactured.
Sure, that makes sense.
They were manufactured the whole spar standing up.
Sure.
They had like basically a straight tube
Mhm.
with chucks at the end where the end fittings would fit in,
Mhm.
and then they would just work on it, and it was horizontal or vertical,
Okay.
and drill the holes and everything.
Okay.
Whereas I can't really do that here, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot more complicated to make a jig like that,
Mhm.
because I'm not making more than one airplane.
Yeah. Well, what's the point? There's a lot of expense going
Yeah.
into something.
It'll all be done horizontally,
Yeah.
and the way I do it is I put in leveling bolts and plates,
Mhm.
so that I can laser level everything
Yeah.
and make it perfectly flat.
Mhm. How
And
will
then-
you do? They'll sag in the middle. Do you have supports along the way, or how?
Oh yeah. What it'll be basically is a rectangle,
Mhm.
and it'll have U fittings welded top and bottom.
Sure.
Then you'll have a cross brace going up and down,
Mhm.
and then a diagonal brace onto the next one, and keep going that way.
Okay.
Each one opposite direction, the cross brace,
Yeah.
and then going across the bottom. It will all be bolted together, but what I'm using is a what's called a no-land drill.
Okay. I'm not familiar with that.
It has, you know how a regular drill bit, it's on the end, on the cutting end, it's got like a little burr on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are not like that. They're machined perfectly round, so that when you drill it, it's an exact size hole.
Okay. So there's no need to ream afterwards.
That's right.
Okay. That's one thing I've always wondered about. It's like, gosh, how do they get all these holes nice and round? They don't look round whenever when you're just drilling into a flat sheet or whatever. It's like I always have to ream the bloody thing afterwards.
Well, you know, the easiest way to do it
Yeah.
is start with a small drill.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you have a 3/16 hole, or a number, well,
Yeah.
in American it would be a number 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you would start off with 3/32 or a 1/8,
Mhm.
and then just keep gradually opening it up.
Mhm.
You won't get an oblong
There's no
hole or a
chatter.
triangular hole.
Yeah. A lot less chatter at least. Okay, that makes sense. And when you were saying you're doing the drawings yourself for your jig, are you using SolidWorks or something like that, or do you have?
Oh no, I do it by hand.
Oh, okay.
I might even
Old
do
school.
it. Oh yeah, I like doing it old school. I might even do it full size,
Wow.
so I can lay it all down. Say,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. Wow.
exactly.
Yeah, I use SolidWorks a lot for the work that I do, and it's a very powerful tool.
It is, but I don't have a plotter to
Yeah.
print it out or anything
Yeah.
like that. You know, I know you can print the whole size of the Earth on the
Well,
computer,
that's true.
but
Well,
if you
I
don't,
meant it's kind of useful for test fitting things and for laying.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'd probably use what do you call it? The older version.
AutoCAD?
Yeah, AutoCAD. Yeah.
Mhm.